Hi, and welcome to Headspace. So no matter what's going on in your life right now, no matter how many thoughts are racing around your mind, no matter how the body's feeling, just take a moment to sit down and take a big deep breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you breathe in, a sense of taking in fresh air, the lungs expanding. As you breathe out, a sense of letting go of any stress in the body and the mind, just feeling the muscles soften and relax. And close your eyes if you'd like to. One more, breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just take a moment to pause, allow the thoughts to come and go, and then just gently opening the eyes again.
It's collective worship. The candle's lit. Oh, what did Jesus say? That's right. I am the light of the world.
Today I will fly,
said the penguin. And he did. The jetpack helped.
Good morning, everyone. This morning, we're starting with the story Daniel and the Lion's Den.
Stories of the Bible. Daniel in the Lion's Den. This is Daniel.
Oh, hey!
Who was a Jewish man who was taken to Babylon when he was very young.
Yeah.
Daniel loved God and followed God's rules. He talked to God 3 times a day and asked God for help often. Daniel served in the Babylonian king's court for many years
Yeah, I know him.
and under many kings.
Hey, Daniel.
Daniel always proved himself to be more capable than all the other court officials.
Thanks. Well, anytime.
Daniel was serving under King Darius, and because of his great abilities, the king made plans to place him in charge of the entire empire.
Wow, okay.
The other court officials searched for some fault in Daniel, but they couldn't find anything wrong with him. He was faithful, responsible, and completely trustworthy.
Wait.
The court officials realized the only way to get at Daniel would be to challenge his faith.
Come on.
So they went to King Darius
Excuse me, Your Majesty.
and advised him to make a law that for the next 30 days, any person who prays to anyone except King Darius will be thrown into the lion's den.
I like it.
King Darius signed this law, and once a Babylonian king signed a law, it could not be overruled. When Daniel learned of this law, he went home and knelt down, as he always did, to pray in his room with the windows open towards Jerusalem. He prayed 3 times a day, just as he always had done, giving thanks to God and asking for his help. The officials went to Daniel's house and found him praying.
Gotcha.
They went to the king and reminded him of the law.
I remember.
Well,
Then they said that Daniel had been found praying to God 3 times a day.
What?
When the king heard this, he was very upset,
Get over here.
and he spent the whole day trying to think of a way to save Daniel.
wait, what?
By that evening, the court officials came back to the king and reminded him that no law signed by the Babylonian king could be overruled. So at last, the king gave orders for Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den. The king said to him, "May your God, who you serve faithfully, rescue you." Then the lion's den was sealed shut with Daniel inside. The king spent the night fasting and couldn't sleep. Then very early in the morning, the king hurried to the lion's den. He called out,
Hey, Daniel.
"Was your God able to rescue you from the lions?" And Daniel answered, "Long live the king! My God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths so that they would not hurt me, for I have been found innocent in his sight." The king was overjoyed and ordered that Daniel be taken out of the lion's den. Then the king ordered the men who had schemed against Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den as punishment. Daniel was safe. There was not a scratch on him, for he trusted in God.
So what can we learn from that story of Daniel in the lion's den? Have a think. That story shows the importance of courage and the importance of being true to ourselves and doing the right thing, even when pressure is put on us. Here's a poem. When I need to choose between right and wrong, I'll follow my heart and learn to be strong. When so-called friends try to lead me astray, I won't be afraid to have my say. What's wrong and what's right? When faced with the choice, I must never keep quiet. I must lift up my voice. In all situations where my decision is key, I'll have faith in my God. He'll have faith in me. If I know something's wrong, I will never be cowed. And without even thinking, I'll say no out loud. If you find yourself being persuaded to do something wrong, and you know it, what are you going to do? If you'd like to share this prayer, it's Amen at the end. If you wish to put your hands together to help you to reflect, you can, or you can look at the candle flame if that helps. Dear Father, when I'm choosing my friends, please help me to see. True friends want the best for themselves and for me. Amen. Well, that concludes our collective worship for today. Remember, work hard, be kind, look after yourselves, and I'll see you around school.
Let's meet Daniel, who worked for the Babylonian king. Daniel loved God and he tried to do the right thing. Daniel was a good man and he made the kings glad, but this made the other court officials jealous and mad. Daniel prayed to God 3 times a day, so the officials thought, we'll get him this way. They went to the king, told him to make a decree. It would say no one can pray to any god but me. Daniel heard the line, prayed as he always did. The court officials caught him and threw him in the lion's den. This made the king sad and hoped that God will rescue him, but the law said to seal the den with Daniel trapped in. In the morning the king cried, Daniel, are you alright? And Daniel said yes, God shut the lion's mouth tight. Daniel was safe and there was not a scratch inside, for he trusted God and he saved him that night. For he trusted God and he saved him from the lions that night. For he trusted God and he saved